What is up, Broski Nation, BroskiPlays, and welcome to the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus 101, episode number 3. And this time we're going to be checking out runes, new room types, and floors. Yes, guys, we are back. Once again, it's been 2 days. You guys have supported me like crazy last time in the other episode number 2, which were floor types and room types. So go ahead and check that one out. This time I'm going to be looking at the curses in the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus and the other expansions like Afterbirth and Rebirth. So, if you guys like this video, be sure to hit that like button and be sure to comment about what your most irritating curse is. I will use a comment and use that as for the next episode, just to get a bit more of you guys involved in the series. So, also if you have any questions about the Binding of Isaac, let me know, and share this video with people that don't know how to play the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus, that are struggling with it. I'm trying to help them as best as I can, so hopefully this will help you guys out. Now, without further ado, let's begin with the video. So, last time we basically used this character over here, Isaac. I'm just going to use him again. We're going to be focusing on characters later on in the series. Now, we are back in the basement. As you can see, we got the D6 again. We got the normal stats. And I also got a complaint from people that say that I used that scroll effect that I used in the last episode, that it was from a wiki, and that was true. It was from a wiki. It was actually copied and pasted. I wanted to give you guys some information. So yeah, in order to prevent this from happening, because probably it's stealing or something, I actually downloaded the external items description mod, so you guys can see what an item does without me having to make scrolls and stuff like that. I will still make scrolls for the entities in the game, like the monsters and stuff like that, but not for the items anymore. So keep that in mind. Now, without further ado, let's talk about the curses. So there are about 12 curses in the game. I got my app right here, and we're going to go over each one of them. And hopefully you guys will learn everything about these curses. And I'm also going to give you guys some great tips on how to prevent these curses, how to deal with these curses, and some cool little neat tricks that you can do with them in order to make your runs a lot better. So, let's go! Alright, so we have a bunch of curses in the Binding of Isaac. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 curses at the moment. And let's start with the first curse. Alright, we got one. Curse of the Blind. So, Curse of the Blind is a curse where all the items are replaced by a question mark and we are not revealed, and which are not revealed until they are picked up. So what this means is when we go into the treasure room, we will see that the item itself has a question mark now. Now this means that you don't know what the item is, so it's really difficult to reroll this item or do anything with it. And as you can see, my item description mod also shows a question mark because of this this curse. Now, how can you actually like make sure that you don't fuck this up? Like, what can you do to prevent this curse from ruining your run? Well, there's a really easy trick that I like to do, and that's just picking up the item. I know that sounds stupid, but I just pick up the item. Oh wow, we got Butterbean. Okay, now this is cool. I'm gonna give you guys a little tip for people that don't know. Butterbean has 2 different versions. You have the Butterbean version, and you got wait what. So in order to get wait what, you need to pick up the item like this and just do that until you get the wait what. Alright, also as you notice, if you put it back on there, the item will be revealed and it won't be a question mark anymore. But this is a really nice trick because the wait what item is really nice. So as you can see, we just got wait what. I can't believe it's not Butterbean. So this item is basically a free bomb. So if you are just starting with Isaac with the game and you don't have any bombs, this is a great way of getting it. If you get Butterbean, just get yourself wait what, and you can use it in your advantage. As you can see, I just got a secret room because of that. So that's a really nice way of dealing with that. So, okay, so we got money here, great stuff. Oh, this is a special penny right here. You unlock this one by, let me just check it for you guys. This is a special penny. Again, we're going to be talking more about pennies and other stuff in another video that's coming this Wednesday. Just keep that in mind. So this penny is called a sticky nickel. A nickel that will flip upside down when Isaac tries to collect it. Afterwards, it will get stuck on the ground, unable to be picked up until it is blasted off the ground with an explosion. And I'm not kidding. You unlock this one by completing boss rush with the Keeper. Now, the Keeper is one of the more new characters in Rebirth. So, yeah. But more about that later. So we can actually use butterbean in order to get this one. So that's really great. So we don't have to use a bomb here. And butterbean, or I mean not butterbean, wait, what can also be used to destroy shopkeepers. Literally anything. So that's really nice. So that's a really cool tip for you guys. If you guys want to get yourself a free bomb, get yourself wait what. And that's at least better than butterbean. So that's a cool tip here. Alright, let's reroll that. So as you can see, we still don't know what it is. If we reroll, we still don't know what the item is. So we have to pick it up. It's, okay, it's question mark's only friend, or blue baby's only friend. It's a familiar that that is basically like controlling your tears. So when I go right with my arrow keys, I basically control him with my tears. So that's pretty funny. It's an item that you unlock with the blue baby, I believe. I'm just gonna check it because right now this the thing is disabled, the item description mod. So I'm just gonna search it right now for you guys. Alright, so you unlock this item by beating boss rush with blue baby. Alright, okay, so that is basically how you can how the curse works. But here's a cool thing: you can actually prevent any curse from happening by getting a specific item. You will see that the curse is gone. You know, the curse is gone. It's not there anymore. So that is really interesting. So that means that if you have the black candle, you can actually get a black heart, and you don't get any curses anymore on the whole run, which is incredible. So I always recommend to get yourself the black candle and unlock it as soon as possible by donating 200 pennies in the donation machine, which I talked about in the last episode. So with that out of the way, let's move on to the next curse. Alright, so we got, I think this is Curse of the Unknown again. No, this is a different one. Okay, Curse of the Unknown is a really bad one because it removes Isaac's health from the heart, as you can see. It now has a heart with a question mark over there. You don't see your heart, leaving the player unable to see how many hearts remain of any kind. Health will still be tracked as normal, including soul, black, and eternal hearts. Also, it has no effect on the lost, as he is, technically speaking, perpetually under its effect anyway. So that means that it doesn't work for the lost, but of course the lost doesn't have any health, so it doesn't matter. So how do you get rid of this? Obviously, you can. You just have to really make sure that you don't take too much damage. A way how I like to do it is I like to just go around, and as you know, Isaac has 3 hearts. So what I like to do is every time I take damage, I basically go in my head and I remove a half a heart. So for example, if I now go and take damage, I will now have 2.5. So use that in your advantage to make sure that your curse doesn't work. Okay, we now have 2 hearts. So it's really difficult, but you just have to keep in your mind the amount of hearts you have. Alright? That's basically what you want to do. Stuff like that. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the next curse. Curse of the Maze. Okay, this one is really special because I've got a trick for you guys that is really handy for the Curse of the Maze. So what Curse of the Maze does, it teleports you randomly when you go between the rooms. So entering a new room will occasionally take Isaac to the wrong room. For example, entering the room on the right may instead take Isaac to the room on the left. Occasionally room layouts and pickups may be swapped with different rooms. It can be used to enter locked rooms without spending keys, and this is really cool. I'm going to show it you right now. It's really awesome. Alright, whenever you have Curse of the Maze, you always need to do this in order to get yourself a free shop. Oh, wait, did I just use it? No, I didn't use my key. See? That's what I mean. Because I just spawned inside the door entrance of the shop, I could go in there for free. And now we are in the shop, and we can actually find restock here. Now restock is one of the most overpowered items in the shop, because this item, as you can see, shops instantly restock their items when you buy them, which is really incredible and really nice. So, and as you can see, I'm just gonna walk past all of these. We have the card, which is still unknown because we haven't found it yet. And then we have detonate bombs on demand, 5+ bombs. So this one gives you 5 bombs. That's something that I didn't know. Also, it has 0 charges, so you can use this to get some really nice and easy bombs. So that's a pretty nice item. Like, these items are not bad or something in that particular, but you can definitely use them. Alright, we got a tinted rock there. Okay, we got a soul heart. Nice. Alright, let's see what item we have. Okay, we got. So this is also a really nice item. It's teleport. I'm not going to use it. But hey, those were the that was the Curse of the Maze. But yeah, you can definitely use this in the right way by just going left, right, and then you will eventually pop up in the shop. So that's really nice. That's a cool tip. from Broski right there. Alright, let's move on to the next curse. There we go. Alright, so now we have a special curse. This is my favorite curse of the bunch. These ones are called the Curse of the Labyrinth. So the Curse of the Labyrinth are basically special curses that show up and they only appear on the first floor of a chapter, and they make a room an XL floor, which contains 2 boss rooms, 2 item rooms, and counts as 2 floors. If this happens in either the basement, the cellar, or the burning basement, both treasure rooms will be unlocked. So this is really nice in the beginning. If you get the Curse of the Labyrinth, you can get 2 items in the beginning, plus 2 boss items. And it is possible to teleport into the second boss room and completely skip the first. The same boss can also spawn in both rooms on one floor. That's another cool thing. So, let me just show you what I mean. So there are now a lot more rooms than normally. So right now we have a bunch of other enemies. Here we see a trite and a normal spider. Alright, we got a chest over there. Just hate them. Alright, so here we go. Let's enter the door, and we got a first item, which is Mr. Boom, which drops a large bomb below, has 2 charges. We roll that. We got technology too. That's pretty good. It's not the best, but I mean, it's nice. It has a tier delay. So let me find the second treasure room, because as you can see, we already found another XL room next to it, and there is our other treasure room. Alright. Oh, that is cool. So we got Spoonbender here. So we got a laser. We got a laser synergy going on here. We got Spoonbender, which is a homing laser synergy. Alright. So I'm now going to show you the other thing about this XL floor. And that's the fact that there are 2 bosses. And I'm not kidding. Alright, so we got Pin here. As you can see, there's another boss room over there. And as you can see, we're now killing Pin. And once we kill Pin, you will see that there's another boss in the other room. So there are like 2 bosses. And this also means that in the first floor, this is the only way of getting a devil deal on the first floor. Alright, so we got Latchkey, which gives us a little bit of lookup and a soul heart. And now we got Little Horn. Let's kill this one. Actually possible to get a devil deal, as you can see right here. We got a snack, health up. So yeah, we can add. Ooh, okay, that is cool. Alright, so these are red fireplaces that actually shoot like really slow tears. Alright, so we got Goat Head, which gives us a 100% chance of getting a Devil Angel deal, which is a really nice item. This also helps later on in the game, where you can actually use this to go to the Cathedral, or no, actually to the Shoal floors without having the negative or anything, like without having it unlocked. And then we have Guppy Spot. This is a special item that is used for the Guppy transformation, and this one gives you soul hearts, like it transforms 1 red heart into 3 soul hearts, which is a really incredible item. So yeah, let me just pick both up. Oh wait, I haven't used it yet. So you don't have to pick up Guppy, you only have to pick up Guppy Spot in order to have it as the first item for the transformation. So that's really nice. Alright, so yeah, that is the run. I mean, there's like loads more rooms in this one. It's really big. Okay, this is a bug. Oh wait, no, it's not a bug. It's because I'm like used to that when I go out of a boss room, it will go instantly to the other music, but because it's the XL floor, it's definitely gonna stay in the same music. Alright, so that is the XL floor. Really nice. So we're gonna have a couple more curses to go through. So let's go ahead and do a couple more curses. There's a chance that item rooms can spawn in the first room, not floor. They obviously spawn on the first floor. Like this, for example. You can just go in here and you see we have the item. Alright, here we go. Alright, this is Curse of the Darkness. So Curse of the Darkness is a special curse that basically dims all the light and makes it really dark. As you can see, it makes it really dark. And Isaac has a little bit of light coming from it. Now, there are ways to prevent this from happening, but let me just show you first how you can make sure that when you have Curse of the Dark, that you actually see stuff really well. So you have to go to Options, and you have the Gamma option here. Now, if your Gamma option is like on here, you will see nothing. As you can see, you will definitely see nothing. So if we put this up, and put this up all the way to 150, which I always do, you will see that you can actually see pretty well in the Curse of the Darkness. And that's really something. Always put up your gamma to 150 when you have Curse of the Darkness, because it will help you with seeing stuff in the rooms, which is great. Now fireplaces also help a lot with getting some light, but there's one item in particular that actually eliminates the Curse of Darkness, and that item is none other than this one. Alright, so here we have it. This is the nightlight. It gives Isaac a cone of light in front of him that slows any enemies inside it and their tears. But what this description doesn't say is that it eliminates Curse of Darkness. Look at this. See? Curse of Darkness is now gone. That is awesome. Plus, it's a really nice item because it slows enemies. See? That's really nice, especially against these really fast firing enemies. So that is a thing that not many people know about, that the nightlight actually removes Curse of the Darkness. So that's really nice. Also the poop. I'm going to be talking about the poop and other stuff later on in a transformation video, and because this is also starter item for Blue Baby. So yeah, that is the Curse of the Darkness. Now let's move on to one more curse. See, alright, here we go. Curse of the Lost. So as you can see, there's no map now. It basically gives you the amnesia pill effect. So that means that the entire floor will not have a map. Now there's a way of actually making the Curse of the Lost, like disable Curse of the Lost, and that's by giving yourself a special room. Alright, so there are a couple of runes in the game which we will talk about in a later video, but there is one rune in particular that actually helps with removing any curses in the game. Now this rune is called the Daggers Ruin, which adds 1+1 soul heart and removes the curse effects. Now the way you unlock this one is by beating the challenge Darkness Falls. Now what this one does, as you can see, we right now have Curse of the Lost. If I use the Daggers Rune, you will see that I now have no curses on the floor anymore. This works with every single curse except the Curse of the Labyrinth. Alright, so that is the... it's kind of like Black Candle and mixed with like soul hearts and stuff like that. So, those are the curses, guys. So now we're going to move on to the floor. So there are a couple of floors that we haven't checked out last time. Let me just show you a couple of floors. Now, last time we have seen the caves, but we haven't seen the catacombs. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is the catacombs. There's also this room over here, which is the challenge room. And in challenge room, you can, when you enter a challenge room, you will find a random pickup. Like for example, we now got a chest, a golden chest. Could be a normal chest, could be a special item from the challenge room pool. Now, once you start this, once you go inside the challenge room and you start it, what will basically happen is there will be a sequence of bosses or enemies, depends on what room, because you have two different variants of this room. You have the normal challenge room and you have the boss challenge room. Now, in order to enter a normal challenge room, you need to have full health. Like right now we cannot see that, so we're gonna use we're gonna use the Daggers room really quickly, so we can see. As you can see, we need to have full red health. It doesn't matter if we don't have any soul hearts, we need to have full red health. This is really important, otherwise you cannot enter the normal challenge room. Keep that in mind. So it can only be entered if Isaac's total health, red, black or soul hearts, is equal to or greater than the number of heart containers. So it has to be full hearts. Now, picking up its contents will spawn 3 waves of enemies when opened, while in chapter 4 you will face 3 waves of bosses. You can also pick up all the contents of the challenge room and clear it by teleporting yourself out of it with items like the teleport items, or even telepills, or the full card. That's another one. Now there are a couple of things. You can have 1 or 2 chests, a golden chest, a red chest, 3 red chests, 1 chest, 1 golden chest and 1 red chest, and a random item from the treasure room pool. Now that is something really cool. If a secret room is next to a challenge room, you can enter it by using a bomb in the secret room on the wall separating these 2 rooms. But the entrance to the secret room from the challenge room closes itself, rendering you unable to avoid the challenge room fighting by fleeing into it. So you cannot flee out of the treasure room by a secret room. So keep that in mind. So now that we talked about the challenge room, let's go check out the catacombs floor, shall we? Alright, so these little guys are called, I don't know, like gushers. They spawn ipecac shots at you. And they are really handy because they can also open up secret rooms. So that's really nice. Alright, so we're gonna move on here. We see these guys. These are really funny. They have a really funny name. They are called butt lickers. I'm not joking. I think they're called butt lickers, at least. I'm not 100% sure, but I think they're called butt lickers. And they are, yeah, kind of weird looking enemies with tongues coming out of them that wants to lick your butt, basically. And they roam around randomly in a pattern. They can spawn in the caves. And they will spawn in depths as well. Alright. So, yeah, that is that enemy. Now we have these enemies. So these enemies just randomly walk around in the room and they spawn spiders. They can also spawn in the cellar, but they spawn in caves as well, as you can see. They spawn mostly in every single chapter. Alright, so let's move on. So like the catacombs really doesn't have any like special enemies really. Just normal enemies that you also will find in the caves. It's not that special. I believe it just has the same layouts like the other ones. Alright, so we found a secret room, nice. Alright, so here we have the cursed eye, which is a pretty horrible item. But here's a cool thing, and this is where the black candle comes into play. I guess I'll just give you guys this tip. Now, I told you last time that if you have the cursed eye, and you use it, then you will get 3 free like charge shots, or 4 charge shots like this. You see? Well, if I'm gonna give myself the black candle, I won't be teleporting. So let's just show you this right now. So if I'm not gonna be using this, I'm just gonna remove the black candle really quickly. And I'm just gonna shoot while I'm doing this. I will be teleported. So now if I give myself the black candle and I use it and I get attacked, as you can see, I will not teleport. So that's something that the black candle also does, which is a really cool thing. So keep that in mind, that the black candle is really handy for that stuff as well. So if you have a cursed eye, be sure to get yourself a black candle from the shop. It can be really handy. And you can make this item a lot better actually, look at that. You can now shoot without having the penalty of being teleported everywhere. So that's nice. In order to make this video not that long, I'm not going to go over the bosses and stuff. Because there are a couple of bosses, but I will be talking more about bosses in another video. We're now going to focus on the Afterbirth Plus variant of the caves, which is the flooded caves. Now this one has a bunch of new enemies, alright? This one has a bunch of new enemies, so we're just going to continue here. And first of all, there are no new enemies here. These are just your normal like charges and stuff like that, and these things. I forgot the name of, sorry for that. Now there are a couple of like these flooded enemies which are really unique and also really difficult. They're not easy, let me just tell you that. They are basically variants of already existing enemies. There's been a couple of new flooded enemies that have been added in the booster pack. Some of them are really cool looking, have some really cool mechanics. Oh, that's another star scar, that's funny. Alright, so there's a sacrifice room. Oh wait, I should talk about the sacrifice room. So the sacrifice room is also a really funny one. So what the sacrifice room basically is whenever you take damage, you have a chance of either spawning a coin or a bomb when on the second chapter and kill the boss under a minute. So this is really funny because the reason why it does the 100% for one bomb is because the bomb, you need to use the bomb on the first floor to get the shovel, and if you don't have a bomb you can basically go to the sacrifice room and use that to get a bomb. So that's something not many people know about, but you can go to the sacrifice room and get yourself a bomb if you don't have one. But only if you kill the boss under a minute on the first floor. Alright, so what happens if I now give my health away? First of all, I will lose 2 health. I will just give myself infinite health so I can show you what will happen. And then you don't want to do this all the time. Like, you don't want to give yourself infinite health. It's not fun, trust me. But I'm just gonna do it to show you what happens. Alright, so right now we are in the sacrifice room. And you will see I have this handy dandy little display here that shows me what happens if I go and sacrifice myself. Now, there's a 67% chance of increased angel room chance. Now, as you can see, I got that chance, and now my angel room chance for deal with the angel has been increased to 100%. Now, the next chance is 50% chance to get a random chest, which happened right here. We just got a random chest. Now, you can keep doing this, and eventually you will be able to get to an angel room. As you can see, we just got to an angel room. We're gonna get, I don't know, fucking this one or something. Now, I'm gonna talk about angel rooms later, but first, we're just gonna keep continue this. Now, there's a 100% chance of getting 7 troll bombs, which will happen right now. Alright, so I'm gonna keep doing this. So if you keep giving hearts, oh shit, forgot about that guy. Oops, kill him. There we go. Alright, if you now do it again, you will spawn an angel boss, which is Uriel. Uriel is one of the 2 angel bosses that you need for getting Mega Satan. For getting, I mean, the keys for Mega Satan. Once you kill Uriel, he will drop these golden key pieces. If you collect 2 of those, you will be able to open the Mega Satan door. You can also open the Mega Satan door with Dad's key, but that's something else entirely. So, let me just kill this guy really quickly. Alright. So let me kill him. There we go, he's almost dead. And there we go. Alright, so he dropped the key piece. So the key piece is for the Mega Satan door. And more angel rooms will appear if you have this key. That's another thing. Not many people know about this. If you have the key piece 1, you will have a bigger chance of getting angel deals. That's really cool. That's something that not many people know about. Alright. So if we now do sacrifice again, we will have a chance of getting either a lot of soul hearts or a lot of coins. We just got a lot of coins. And now we get the second angel. So we have to defeat that one, and we will get the second key piece. Now, as you will see, there will be a 50% chance of getting to the dark room. Now, what this means is that you can actually go and finish Isaac and go to the Lamb without even having to go to the bosses. So this is a really nice trick if you are wanting to speedrun Isaac. Now, the reason why this is really risky is because you have to give away a lot of your health. Like, literally, you will lose a health every time you do this. So you at least need 12 health in order to do this. Plus, you need to make sure that you can defeat the angels. Because right now I have infinite health. So if I didn't, then I will be dead by now. But just to show you guys what will happen if you have the power and the health to defeat these enemies. Because it basically grants you access to basically the final boss really quickly. It doesn't grant you access to the chest though, but it will grant you access to the dark room. This is really handy in the beginning, especially if you are having trouble with fighting mobs harder. You really want to get a special like unlock from the Lamb. You can basically do this method and try to get to the Lamb, I mean to the dark room by this method instead. So as you can see, we now got a key piece 2, and now we have a chance to be teleported to the dark room, which we will go right now. As you can see, we skipped all the floors, and we are now on the dark floor. Now the dark room is the final room, and this is the Mega Satan door. Now we will have 4 red chests. Normally in chests you have 4 golden chests. I will show you the difference in a bit. Now in this floor, the dark room floor, you will only find bosses, and these bosses have a chance of giving you an item. Like the chest basically gives you an item. If you defeat the room and it will drop a chest, it will basically have an item in there, or a red chest. It depends. All right, so let me show you the other version of this, and that's the chest. Now the chest version can only be unlocked once you defeated. I believe when you defeated Isaac around 5 times or more. Yeah, if you defeat Isaac 5 times, you will unlock the Polaroid, which allows you to go to the chest. And this happens when you go to the chest. You will see it's a lot different from the darkroom one, and it will grant you a couple of these. I'm gonna get myself a paperclip really quickly. Why? Because I want to show you guys the paperclip. Like I want to show you guys that you can basically get a lot of items from this. Alright, let me just. Now you can do some really cool stuff in the chest. You can like use the Jera rune to basically copy all the chests and get infinite items. But you really need to be powerful in order to get to the chest. Because as you can see, you can get like random items, and it really allows you to become powerful. So the difference between these two is the red chest and the normal chest. Now let's go to another room, or another floor, which is, you guessed it, Sheol and the Cathedral. These can only be unlocked once you once you finish the of Mom's Heart, and you will get either a trapdoor or to a beam of light. Now, the thing is, you can only unlock Shoal if you defeated I believe Mom's Heart. Yeah. But there's also another way to get in, and that's by having Goat Head, or at least the Devil Deal chance, and then you can get into the trapdoor, which leads you to Shoal. Now, the thing with this floor is that this floor has like all kind of devil enemies, while the Cathedral has bosses. Keep that in mind. So it's a little bit different. Now, these bosses and these enemies and bosses are not easy. Let me tell you that. So as you can see here, we got a devil beggar, which I will talk about in another video. As you can see, it has all different sort of rooms. And here's one of the enemies. As you can see, you have bosses, and you have these little things, these leeches. They are really difficult to defeat. They basically explode, so they are really annoying. So yeah, there are some really tough enemies in there. Now let's show you the Cathedral, which is the place where Isaac is. The Shoal is where the Satan is, and Cathedral is where Isaac is. So the difference between them, as I already told you, are the bosses. So as you can see, there's also a chance of a portal spawning, but mostly you'll find bosses here. It just depends. Let me just give myself debug 10 so I can quickly kill everything. But as you can see, there are all sorts of bosses. There was like Dingo was over there. And as you can see, we now have some... there are all sorts of really difficult challenges here to overcome. But you will get there eventually. But these are just one of the many rooms that come after the womb and the utero and scared womb. Just keep that in mind. Alright, I'm just gonna disable this right here, and we're just gonna go to the next stage, which are the womb, utero and scared womb. Now, the womb has two phases. It has the first phase, which is a normal boss, and the second phase, which has the Mom's Heart fight. Mom's Heart is the first one you have, and once you defeat Mom's Heart 12 times, you will unlock It Lives, or 15 times. I'm not sure. Let me just check quickly for you. I believe it's 15 times. I'm not 100% sure. Let me just check. It Lives. I believe it's 11 times. All right, I was close. So yeah. You can only find her on the second floor of the chapter. So that means that not in Womb 1, but only Womb 2. Now the difference between these two are, it's not really a big difference. Womb and Utero are almost the same. It's just that Utero has a bit of different backdrop. But there is a difference in Scared Womb though. Because there are some really cool enemies in here that got added in... also somehow got added in booster packs. Like for example this enemy over here, that's some good timing. Which are the Fistuloids, I believe. These are from booster pack 5. These are new enemies. That's pretty cool. So yeah, that's another floor. Again, I'm not going to show you a lot about this floor because this floor is late game, and I don't want to spoil everything for you. So keep that in mind. Now, there's also Depths Necropolis, so we're going to check out Depths, which is just a floor where there's a lot more dark enemies, you know, like black enemies. There are Necropolis, which is more like a variant to it. There's no special enemies here. And then we have the final one, which is Dank Depths, which is kind of a flooded caves kind of thing. And this one also has some really unique dank enemies. Like for example, this little guy over here, this Boney, is a dank Boney or some a dank skeleton head, I believe. So yeah, there are some differences in this game, and with that I think I'm gonna end the video because it's been a pretty long video, and this is basically the first introduction to floors and rooms. I will obviously talk more about rooms and floors later and more in depth, but right now this is all you have to know. That there are around 10 floors. There's also this one, I haven't showed this one. Let me just do that one right now. This is called The Void. This was added in Afterbirth Plus. And The Void is special because The Void is different every single room that you enter. So right now we are in kind of a shoal looking interior. And now we are in something like the catacombs, which is kind of funny. So The Void is really different from all other floors, and there's also random bosses and the final boss, which is Delirium. But more about Delirium in another video where I talk about bosses and final bosses. For now, you don't have to know about it. And then we also have, yes, there's even more. We have this this thing called the Dead Womb, which I believe is here. Yeah, this is the Dead Womb. This is the hub before fighting Hush. Hush is a secret boss that you can unlock if you beat It Lives under 30 minutes. The same thing goes for Boss Rush, which happens when you defeat Mom in less than 15 minutes. Keep that in mind. Alright, that's all you have to know for now. I'm gonna end this video here. Thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully this debug system all helped out a bit more. I try to be more to the point right now, because last time I really gone off topic, and that's not good with these kind of videos. I want to go off topic once you guys are comfortable with knowing about a lot of stuff already. But yeah, hopefully these kind of videos help you out. If they do, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and this was BroskiPlays, and yeah, see you guys all Wednesday, when I'm going to be uploading a new episode of the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus 101, where we will be talking about pickups. So keep subscribing, keep liking, and I'll see you guys next time.